Hello, and welcome back to the What We Said podcast.
Hey guys, hey ladies.
I love our color scheme today.
Me too. I'm feeling very Chelsea coded in my outfit, if I do say so myself.
You know, let's talk about your rebrand because I sent you these boots that were so cute. Like I think they're actually Fry boots. They weren't knockoffs, were they?
I don't know.
I sent you?
I don't think so.
They were like pink Fry boots. Mm-hmm. They were so cute, but I was like, you don't really wear pink anymore. Like I can't remember the last time I saw you wear pink. Maybe like a workout set, but not.
Yeah.
Like that was really all you had in your closet was like pink.
So true.
And now you're in your...
Well, apparently blue.
Blue era.
I'm very blue today, but...
Well, just different colors. Like you wear a lot of other colors now.
I do.
How do you feel about that?
Until you brought it to my attention in this exact moment, I haven't really been thinking that I've had a rebrand. But
just a natural.
Yeah, just a natural progression, I guess. But I was thinking about that, like, just with shoots and stuff. We don't do as many shoots for the podcast, which I want to do more of. So I haven't had the opportunity to wear like an extra pink outfit lately. But it definitely isn't something that I've been gravitating towards. Mm-hmm. However, let me cook because I just have to have moments without pink to remember that I'm a pink girl at heart always. Because remember when I said,
do you feel like that?
I think so. Remember when I said that I wasn't going to wear pink really anymore?
Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't think I'm going to. And then I found myself like 6 months later gravitating towards some pink items. So just give me a sec.
Yeah.
And I'll be back.
I love you branching out to other ones too. There's nothing wrong. I was just thinking about that when I sent you those boots. I was like, I don't even know if you would wear those.
No, I think pink is really fun. I just, you're right. You're right. I haven't been gravitating towards it recently. And I don't have a lot of, as far as just in my closet, I'm like, I can't even think of that many pink pieces that I reach for. Yeah. So that is something to ponder on. Yeah.
Yeah. Just an observation, but
thank you for the observation. Do you know what is so funny? After last week's episode, actually I have a few thoughts.
Okay.
So, or maybe it was this week's because it was a few days ago that I went up, right? Number one, people were loving your birthday content. They loved seeing us horseback riding. They just were...
They love us.
They love us. No, they were loving the horses specifically. Yeah. And people were talking about how, what?
Someone commented or someone replied to the picture of me and Danny. It's like, we're in the dust pretty much. And they're like, I'm telling my kids this was the revolution. It's like literally us. Looks like we have guns.
No, for real.
Anyways, sorry, what are you going to say?
I was just going to say how the weather truly made it so cool. And it was so funny because people were talking about, they're like, not the manifestation of the rain. Because you had I forgot that too, that you had said, I'm superstitious. I don't know, what if it rains or something? And then it was literally the rainiest, foggiest day in the actual world. But where was I going with that? Oh yeah, my cousin commented back. I posted it on my story. I was like, unfortunately, riding a horse is my biggest fear. Mm-hmm. And my cousin replied to it and she was like, same, blank and blank's horses scarred me. It's my freaking aunt and uncle that I told you.
Yeah.
So I felt so validated in my fear. I'm like, okay, so we're all scared.
Yeah.
She's also saying that she's so scared of horses because of that. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad that we're on the same page. She isn't the one who got bucked off either.
Yeah, but she was there.
She knew.
She's still at the restaurant.
Exactly. And I was like, okay, I'm understanding my childhood and where this fear stems from. And I'm glad I'm not alone. Shout out Shelly. Love you. Thank you for validating my fear. But that was making me laugh. I'm like, because genuinely, sometimes I'm like, you know me and my memories. And I'm like, did I make that up? Like, yeah. Or do I just think, I don't know. And then when she said that, I was like, okay, so we're all scared.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. It really does. Yeah. That's trauma.
It is.
Speaking of the girl who commented, like, I'm telling my kids this is a revolution.
I'm telling my kids this is Paul Revere.
Yeah. You know that happened on my birthday? April 18th?
Shut up.
No, for real. That's crazy. April 18th will now be known as the day we rode through the treacherous mountains of Julian, California. Mm-hmm. into the gold mines. That TikTok you sent me, there was a TikTok. Did it just go viral or was that old and you saw it?
People were tagging me in it that day. So
a girl on a trail ride with
if I would have seen that prior to going on the trail ride, I would not have.
But she was fine.
Ridden Raven.
Like
Raven
she
and
was
I would not have.
So dramatic. That girl.
No. That was the craziest video. We have to post that on our story. It was so funny. It was like this group saying that they were on a trail ride, and the caption was something like, "My sister's horse decided to take its own route." I sent that in our group message and I said, and if this happened, I don't know where I would be currently. If Raven pulled a stunt like this,
yeah.
Let's just say.
I'm laughing because the video is so funny. She's this horse is running up a hill, like in the middle of shrubs. Mm-hmm. And the girl is literally, her body is like a mannequin.
Flailing.
And she's screaming. She's like,
oh my gosh, I cannot imagine the fear and terror. I truly can't.
I'm laughing so hard.
Crazy.
And we had the calmest ride. We actually did.
Yeah, we did.
Like watching the videos back that I took was so calm. Like we're going at a snail's pace.
No, totally. No, honestly, it was kind of humbling to watch because I'm like, I was scared of that. Like while I was on her, I'm like terrified. She's actually going 1 mile an hour.
She's barely moving. Oh. Her eyes are closed.
Yeah. No, it was everything. So funny. I feel like there's something else I was going to bring up about. Oh yeah, just how I was going to retract my thoughts on the slow living conversation.
Oh, okay. We're having a corrections corner. Mm-hmm. You hate them now?
No, she ate. I'm just kidding. The girl who made the article. Mm-hmm. I was just thinking more on it, and I didn't want to listen back. You know, also, this is, when I'm saying this, it's not because I received any feedback. That episode hasn't even come out yet when we're currently recording this. Yeah. So I have no idea how it was received
these days.
I don't know how it was received, so I'm not saying it to like correct anything. I want to get that clear. Like, it's not because of any feedback I received. This was just me pondering. And I was just thinking about how I let my own, not projections, I guess projections, kind of get into that conversation because I truly just, I have a childhood trigger of people saying that you cannot work and be a good mom. Like that to me, I talked about this before. I've had someone say that to me and around me all the time. Mm-hmm. And so I always, like when I was very career oriented, I was like, oh, but then I can't be a good mom if I'm that way. So then that article was kind of giving me that same energy where that's how I was feeling about it, was that she was essentially saying they're promoting this lifestyle, but then their kids are actually blah, blah, blah. So, but upon further thinking, I was like, she kind of has a very good point about the hypocrisy of the specifically the slow life living, the topic at hand. Mm-hmm. Let's take away like the motherhood critique or any of that conversation and just think about the fact that she's saying people that make slow life content to promote it and say you guys should live a slow life too, but then they have their tripod out and they're filming it and posting it, that is hypocritical. I can actually agree with that.
Okay.
Just, that's what I wanted to say.
Nice.
Okay. You know what I mean?
You're going back. Nice.
I'm going back a little bit. I can understand where she was coming from. I think I made it clear that I understood she had a point, but I think I got wrapped up in like the wrong conversation. Gotcha. Like I felt like I almost missed her point last week or a few days ago when we were talking about it. Mm-hmm. I was just getting annoyed. Projecting my own things of like, stop being so hard on women. That was kind of my thing, which I don't take back anything.
Yeah,
that
you know what I love that I do?
I want just to add to it.
You know what I love that I do? I've never read the article. I was fully in the conversation like, yeah, get her. Also, I haven't read a word of the article. Don't know what she said. Don't know what she stood for. Don't know her name. So I was just going.
You're just going off
leading
vibes.
Blindly. The blind leading the blind.
No, quite literally. Had no business talking about that. I just, I stand by everything I said. I guess I wanted to add to the fact that I completely understand what she's saying. Yeah. About the hypocrisy of that specific thing. Because even when I was bringing myself and my own career into it, I'm like, that's not pertinent to the conversation. Yeah. Because you're not people saying it's fake, well, I never said I wasn't on my phone. Yeah. I'm not trying to promote a slow life. You know what I mean? I've never been trying to promote like, get off your phone, everyone. Yeah. So it's like, that's not necessarily hypocritical, but do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Anyway. So was she saying like these people are telling you to like get off of technology, but they're using technology?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Which I can understand.
Yeah.
You know, again, I still stand by what I was talking about.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with what I said. I'm just adding I can understand the concept with this specific topic
let's not lose the
literally you're trying to live a slow life with minimal technology, yet you're filming every aspect of your day. Yeah, that is hypocritical. I can understand what she's saying.
Yeah, okay.
So just wanted to say that.
Nice. I think what can happen sometimes with this specific topic is what I feel we tend to do is, at least I personally care a lot about fairness. So sometimes when I feel like people get in trouble for things, like their crime is not matching their punishment, that's what gets me. Mm-hmm. Where I'm like,
it's like not that serious.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, and what about it? Like,
it's like we have
the punishment's not matching the crime. Like we're hating on them so much versus like these people who literally
do
horrible bad things, and it's just like, okay, the cancellation is minimal compared. You know,
totally.
I look at the fairness of how much hate someone's getting, where it's like, okay. And it's just not matching to me.
I get that.
Again, I don't know who she's specifically talking about either. So I'm going based off the few people I
really
follow.
should like review the article as well, because I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't find it again. So then I'm like, I don't know if it got taken down or what, or how to find it. But
yeah,
I wanted to revisit it so I could like be more accurate with what I was saying. But granted, I never said whatever.
Yeah.
I never said who it was anyway. So I guess it's not like I'm bashing her or something. I don't even know who she is that made the article.
Yeah.
So again, shouldn't be talking about it, but
like, rounding out the conversation. Let's bring it back.
Like, let me revisit that for the 10th time.
Speaking of influencers, I was thinking about how badly like I want to be somebody who just posts these horse pictures like I'm on a horse, like it's my everyday, like Kendall Jenner or Bella Hadid, where it's just like, yeah, I'm just like on my horse.
Just at the stables.
Just at the stables is what I do. Like you just happen to catch me on and I could not be further from that. Like I'm just like, I can't, like it's not in me to act casual.
I could
and
see
like
that
mysterious
life for you,
about it. But even if it was my life, like I would still be posting the videos to spirit like music. Like that's what I'm just like, I have to. Like it's not a casual thing to me. I'm like, I'm on a horse and I will take a million videos and talk about how
I will talk about
this relates to my childhood, my favorite movies, my favorite songs. Like I will make it a thing.
You'll beat the dead horse.
Yeah.
If we will.
Call PETA. Not after I met Angel. Don't speak like that about my horses.
No, I feel that. I mean, coming
like we
from
could have just
someone
been
who
like, oh, had a fun birthday and just like post a couple. No, it's a photo dump. It's a story. Like I'm talking about each photo. I'm talking about my horse. I'm talking about, our ride and everything.
Yeah,
it's just impossible.
Coming from someone who's never been casual about one single thing, I can really relate to that. Especially when it's your birthday. You deserve to go all out.
Yeah.
Tell everyone every detail of everything.
Yeah. Even with gardening, I don't know. It's just like I can't casually do things. It's like just not in my nature.
And that's why we love you.
Thank you.
Have you watched Love on the Spectrum?
Yes.
Have you watched like all the seasons?
I haven't watched the full newest season. I've only watched like a couple episodes of the newest season.
Okay. I'm probably the only one who is living under a rock and who hasn't watched, but I just started watching it and
it's the best show on the planet.
Sobbing, laughing hysterically at every single episode.
Are you starting from the beginning?
Best show. Yes.
Okay.
I started from episode 1, season 1. Oh my gosh. It is such a wholesome, good show. Leif and I started watching it and I just can't get over it. Like I think it is the sweetest, most wholesome, just
the best show.
The best feeling show ever. It's so good. And oh my gosh, it was just making me.
Who's in the first season? Like who are the main people?
Abby and David.
Okay, Abby's in the first
Danny.
season. Danny.
Sullivan.
I love Danny.
Or Solomon. That was her partner. What's his name? Sabood.
Okay, the main. What's the Australian? Right?
Australian.
Wait, are you watching the very first season?
Very first season, yes.
I thought there was
the older guy.
I don't know.
He just got kind of rejected.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
It was making me feel sick.
So
the awkwardness was palpable.
Wait, is his name Mike?
The old guy?
Dark hair. No, he's not old.
No, I haven't met that guy yet. I haven't met him.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him on.
He's dark hair. He has like what is his name?
I'm so excited about this sponsor, you guys. Primally Pure. Okay. We've talked about our hesitancy with natural deodorant in the past, but I have been using the Primally Pure deodorant and it actually works. I love it. I actually keep it in my purse too because it's the only one I want to be wearing every day. So this deodorant is scented with organic essential oils instead of artificial fragrance, which can negatively impact your hormones. So one of the most toxic ingredients that you'll find on any product label is fragrance. So these like synthetic scents can contain any combination of 3,000 plus chemical ingredients linked to hormone disruption, disease, allergies, skin sensitivities, and more. So this is why I love Primally Pure because they just have the best, cleanest products that you know are good for you and also making you look, smell, feel great.
I absolutely love their face masks. They have a plumping mask that is so good. They have a coffee mask that I love that's like more exfoliating. And they also have a plumping serum that I really like. They have a plumping mist. I'm very picky with my skincare. I like things that don't break me out and are gentle. So I add things into my routine slowly. And then if my skin reacts well to it, then I will add it again. And I really love Primally Pure's products. Their ingredients are amazing. They source ingredients that are regeneratively grown, organic, and wildcrafted whenever possible from farms, forests, and fields because nature has given us everything we need. No chemicals, fragrances, or fillers needed. They're super passionate about providing research-backed, results-driven products without compromising your health. And they're backed by thousands of 5-star reviews, unbelievable before and after photos. Their products are proven to create positive change in your skin and sense of wellness. They're also really beautiful and they have great packaging. And they also have really great baby products. They have like a baby powder and different creams and stuff. And again, they're all very clean and you can trust their ingredients, which is amazing. So use code What We Said to get 15% off your Primally Pure purchase. That is www.primalllypure.com and use code What We Said at checkout for 15% off your order.
Mother's Day is coming up, you guys. Do not forget, okay? You don't want to give her the same thing you've been giving her every year. Sweater, candle, bathrobe, maybe you've gotten her something twice. Like I have done that before where I got her something very similar 2 years in a row. And that makes you feel like a very bad daughter. So if you want to give your mom the best gift this year or a mother figure in your life, maybe a grandparent, the Aura frame, you guys, is the gift to give. I actually was just at my parents' house. We got them an Aura frame for Christmas and they love it. It's so amazing because when I was there, I would walk by it every day. It's set up in their kitchen and you can scroll through different photos. So the Aura frame, you can upload photos from anywhere. So I can upload photos from my phone that I just took here in California, and it uploads to their frame in Arizona and they can see it right away. So then they're not texting you asking for pictures. You can just upload it straight on the app and it goes right to the frame and the whole family can see what the nieces and nephews, what the grandkids are up to. And it's seriously such a special, special gift. My mom loves it. We gave it to my mother-in-law as well. And she talks about how much she loves it all the time too. So this is the gift for your mom.
It's such a great gift, especially if you do not live by someone. It's a great way to stay in touch by, sending through little photos and videos. Aura Frames was named the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter and featured in 495 gift guides last year. So the next time you need to call your mom, you can also send her a new pic of you from that trip you're telling her all about right from your phone. It's so easy. Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. For a limited time, listeners can save on the perfect gift. Aura frames come with unlimited storage also, so you can share as many photos as you want to your mom or your grandma's Aura frame. She will absolutely love it. Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. For a limited time, listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver matte frame. That is auraframes.com. Promo code What We Said. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. I think becoming a mom obviously gave me so much perspective, especially and gratitude for my own mom. And with Mother's Day coming up right around the corner, I have just been thinking about how much I value my mom and how much more I care now than Mother's Day passed. Like I want to get her a nice gift and just really make it known how much I appreciate her. Motherhood obviously looks different for everyone. Some have moms who have shaped them, some are moms themselves, and some of you may carry the love of motherhood in your hearts in different ways. But I think we can all agree that the special moms in our life deserve the absolute best. And such a great gift, you guys, is something from Cozy Earth, specifically their bamboo pajamas. I feel like every woman in the world can appreciate a matching pajama set that's just so soft and cozy and makes you feel like you're in your own little sanctuary and just kind of elevates your life. Also, stay till the end of this because we have a really good discount code. Cozy Earth just always offers really good discounts, so keep that in mind. But if you are wanting to get your mom a nice gift and you want to take advantage of our code, I highly recommend their bamboo pajama sets. I have multiple of them. They don't pill. That's something that's so important to me because I feel like sometimes I'll get a pajama set from honestly a brand that's kind of expensive, and then once I wash it 2 times, it's pilling everywhere and it just, the quality does not feel great. But I have absolutely loved my Cozy Earth pajamas and they have stood the test of time.
Cozy Earth creates comfort that feels like home because home feels like mom. So Cozy Earth's bamboo pajamas are the perfect way to wrap yourself or that special person in your life in comfort and care. So if you want to celebrate mom and get 40% off with our code, What We Said, she deserves the best. Click the link in our show notes and use the code What We Said for 40% off. Okay, that's a great discount, you guys. What We Said code at CozyEarth.com.
Oh, are there different Love on the Spectrum, like US?
I'm watching the US.
Oh, okay. I think there's Love on the Spectrum Australia. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Too. Okay, but Abby, love Abby so much.
Love her. All of them are just so funny in their own way, and like I just love their personalities. But the one that was killing me, the episode, Sabood, his mom, it was his birthday or something, and she's kind of like telling a spiel at a little like mini party for people who are there. She's like, thank you so much for your support and for coming. And she's kind of like going on this thing, and he just goes, when are you going to be done talking? So blunt. Like I live for all of it. It's so good. And yeah, I'm just eating it up. I love when I start a new show and I'm like, oh, I'm so invested, and I'm only on the first few episodes.
Ugh, it's so good. It really is so good.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep watching.
So wholesome.
So good. Also, we're watching Survivor. Have you been watching the recent season?
No, I've been in my Bravo universe.
Okay.
That's my current TV, is all my Bravo shows. Beverly Hills just ended. I'm watching Summer House. I just watched Southern Charm. Okay. I'm in that sphere right now.
Okay. I haven't watched any of those.
So I am going to be so happy the day that you dive into Bravo too.
Yeah.
I know it's sometime in the future, maybe 15 years down the road.
It has to be like now that I have a kid, actually. I was going to say it has to be next time I like do IVF or something, or like when I'm down bad for like weeks at a time, or like if I'm pregnant or something, that's when I'll dive in. But then I was thinking, I'll have a kid this time, so I might not have as much free time to lay around.
True.
But I will one day. I feel like I definitely want to watch Summer House.
Summer House is so good.
Do you think I'd like that one the best out of the few? Okay.
Summer House or Southern Charm, but Summer House probably the most.
It's so crazy how when other people talk about shows that you haven't seen, like I could not care less. Yeah. And then once I start watching it, I'm like just fiending for more information about every single person. And I'm so invested in their lives.
I know.
But before that, it's like, I don't give a rip. No. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't care what they did. Yeah. Like I'll see TikToks about stuff and I'm just like, I don't care. Like I don't know anything about this person.
No, it's so true. And then when you're in it, you just want to talk about it.
That's all you want to talk about. Seen it. That's how like Love Island is too. When it's on, you're just like, wait, did you see that they're getting a spinoff show?
Yeah.
You're not excited?
Like, what are they going to do? Just show their lives?
I think so. I think it's just a reality show.
Like a catch up. I saw Cordell's not on it.
Yeah, that seems weird.
Serena's on it. I'm like, well.
Someone was saying maybe it's because Cordell got cast for Traitors. I would love that.
Oh my gosh. He would do so good. I would love him on Traitors.
I would love to see that.
I miss Traitors too.
Yeah.
I saw this edit. It was like of Tom Sand. Wait, did you finish Traitors? Okay, yeah. I mean, it came out a while ago, so this is kind of a spoiler, but it was like me at my end of the year review. Did you see I reposted it? Or my annual review. What do you do? Like, whatever, with your employer. And he's like, it's Tom Sandoval at the end of Traitors when he gets put off. He's like, I didn't know I'd be so good at this. He's like, honestly, I did a wicked job. I made amazing friends. And I made an impact. Like, he was so cocky, but being so for real.
So serious.
So serious. I was dying laughing. Like, oh, I miss Traders. And I honestly miss Tom Sandoval on Traders.
People were saying that he kind of redeemed himself. Like, to me, he's so unredeemable. Like, I find him to be one of the most unlikable people I have ever come across in my life.
But you want to see him on TV.
But, like, I don't hate him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Him singing with those dolls.
And being so dead ass for real.
And then
like
Britney Spears' ex-husband going, terrible singer. But
it's his like what he does. No, it's his like actual obsession in life.
Yeah.
No, it is so good. But he truly is like an insufferable human being to me. He makes great television. He does make great television. He does not take accountability for a single thing.
No.
He like is incapable, I think, actually.
Have you heard of The Valley?
I have, yeah.
It's Bravo.
Not that good
too.
Oh,
no,
it is.
Good. It's kind of a Vanderpump spinoff a little bit, but like Jax is on it with Brittany, and it's I don't know how to explain it. It's good. It's like a lot of drama.
Wait a second. I thought they weren't married together anymore.
No, they're not.
Oh,
spoiler.
It was before.
Well, they're on it together, split. Like,
okay.
They were on it last season, but this season is like the blow up.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it just started. It's only a couple episodes in.
Okay, I'm not going to keep going down the reality TV rabbit hole because again, if you haven't seen these shows, you don't care at all, and I completely respect that. In general, can we have quicker turnaround times with reality TV? Because I just simply like when I feel like with social media now, you see people like talking about certain things and then the show literally doesn't come out for almost a year. I'm like,
yeah,
we don't care anymore. Like you have got to be quicker in my head with reality TV turnaround time. Like I guess they just need to wait for things to build and to get a good season. I guess I can understand that, but I'll just see even with Kardashians, I haven't even watched the recent season, but like it'll be spring and they're showing stuff from like Thanksgiving the year before and I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
This was a year ago.
I know. And they don't do reunions anymore on the Hulu. Like the only thing good about Bravo shows with the reality TV is that they will do a reunion after the season has already been airing.
Yeah.
So it's by the end of that season, you're up to date because they are talking on, about what's going on right now. Like a couple weeks ago. So at least you're caught up that way where it's like you're getting
That's the beauty of Love Island. I think that's why it's so captivating is because it's so current.
Yes.
It's like, this wasn't a year ago or 6 months ago. It was literally 2 days ago.
Is Love Island coming soon?
Oh, it better be.
Because it's almost summer. Wow.
When I tell you that season of Love Island US was one of the only things that got me through postpartum.
Yeah.
I mean every word of that. That was like the only thing. I would get sundown scaries, but every night I was like, oh, I get to watch an episode.
Yes.
It's the best feeling.
So good.
So good. So incredibly good. What a great season 2. Oh, my phone's almost dead. Perfect.
Same.
We're going to do some advice today, y'all, because we did a recap for Chelsea's B-Day on, right? Last
We're
time?
switching things up.
We're switching things up a little. So we're doing advice today. Oh, yeah. That was a Friday episode.
Yes.
And so, yes, here we are today. Okay.
You guys still need advice. We didn't forget about you. We just wanted to do it the last episode of the month.
Exactly.
Totally intentional.
Why don't you go ahead and go first?
Okay. My mother and father-in-law are super nice, but I haven't connected well with my husband's siblings at all. I'm a very easygoing person. I'd consider myself someone who is good at connecting with others, but I've never struggled as much as I am right now, feeling like I fit into their family. All my siblings-in-law are unmarried and pretty immature. As someone who is a few years older and someone who is in a different stage of life than them because I'm married to their brother, I feel like there's a disconnect. Actually, one of the siblings is older than my husband and I, but he is pretty immature and also unmarried. I don't think my sense of humor matches well with his family's sense of humor. Like I said, they're kind of immature and all conversations revolve around things that don't matter to me at all or that I don't think are funny. It's been a shocker, actually, because my husband and I connect so well and our sense of humor matches so well, but I just don't get his family at all. In fact, when I see him vibing with his family, it actually kind of annoys me.
That's kind of relatable. That one.
Vibing with his family.
Wants him to be miserable with his family. That's hilarious.
It kind of annoys me. I am screaming at that. Okay, wait, I lost my spot.
No, but you know when you kind of don't like someone, but then someone you like is like vibing with them and you're like, I'm confused.
Yeah, like, wait, I thought we were vibing.
We were vibing.
Oh, it actually kind of annoys me because I just don't get it. To top it all off, I've grown more and more uncomfortable over the 2 years that I've known them. So although I started out trying to make conversation and connect with them, at this point, I've kind of stopped trying to force it and hoped that they would make some kind of effort to connect. Nope. I can honestly say that I've never had a real conversation of any kind with any of his siblings.
Dang.
If I'm alone in a room with any of them, they usually just leave rather than trying to make conversation. Sometimes my husband tries to make me feel better by saying, well, they aren't the best conversationalists, but I know they like you. And to me, that just doesn't help at all because I don't feel like they know me at all. So how could they like me? That's valid. Mm-hmm. Anyways, last summer, we went on a vacation together that was really uncomfortable for me. Beyond just how disconnected I feel, they just do vacations differently than I would. And since my in-laws were the ones whose names were on the car rental, we just didn't have any way to do our own thing and always did things together with the rest of the family. We're going on another family trip this summer and I'm feeling so anxious about it all. I really want my siblings-in-law to like me, but at this point, I wonder if it would be better to just let that go and say, who cares if they don't like me and have a good time on the vacation with my husband, or if I should re-engage my efforts and try to connect better with them. Do you have any tips or just navigating weekly dinners with these people or going on big, week-long beach vacations? Frankly, I'm at the point where I'm starting to feel pretty depressed that this is my life now. It's not like they're just friends I can stop hanging out with. They are my family. Yikes. Oof. Well, okay, my first thought is, going backwards a little bit, is I don't think you should worry so much about if they like you. It's like the thing we're always saying, like, you should worry if you like them. Like, you obviously, you need to worry about liking them. If you want to make an effort, it's your family, and I totally understand that. These are people, obviously your husband loves them and vibes with them. So you want to make an effort. It makes your life better. It's like you want to connect with them. I would worry more about who cares if they like you. Like I would worry more about getting your experience better by being interested in finding a way to like them.
Yeah, exactly.
However you may do that.
I was going to say the exact same thing. I feel like you have to focus so much less on yourself and how uncomfortable you may be and how they're perceiving you, and just be like, okay, what good can I find in each of them? Like, what can I talk to them about or be interested in them about and like ask them questions about? Because honestly, halfway through, I was kind of like, oh, just give up. Like, what's the point? And if you've tried and you just feel like you guys don't get each other, like just, it's fine. Like, you're just gonna have your differences, but to be able to enjoy yourself on these vacations and not be absolutely miserable and depressed about your situation, I do think just trying so hard to let go of the perception thing. Just don't care about how they perceive you or if they like you. Just be yourself and be nice and kind and like ask questions. And that's quite literally all you can do. And as another little practical piece of advice, and you might think I'm joking and I'm literally 100% serious, bring headphones, a book, something, and have like your own time every day where you can like go in your room and literally listen to a podcast or read part of your book. Sometimes I actually I have to do that on family vacations or else I feel like I'm going to go crazy. And it's not because I don't love my family or Leif's family. It's like I just sometimes like need my alone time. That's just a personal thing for me. So I don't know if you're the same way. But like you're saying, you're like in this rental car all day with them. You're not really vibing with them, whatever. If that's your situation, I feel like you could benefit from being like, just having a second to yourself, like making it a priority every day, whether you tell them like, oh, I'm going to work out or I'm going to do this, and just like having an hour to yourself to kind of decompress. I think that could also be helpful so that you don't go insane.
Yeah, I think that's great. I also feel like I'm not sure how this is going to come across, so allow me to backpedal if it starts coming out the wrong way. But sometimes you don't have to. I feel like with relationships and with certain people, like you're not going to understand everybody. Like there are that's what makes it so magical when you just like get somebody and you understand and you're just like, I see you. Like I understand. You don't even have to say anything and I get it. There are some people I'm like, I don't understand what like path your brain is going on. I don't get it. I don't get your vibe. I really don't get it.
You're not vibing or connecting with them.
Yeah, but I tend to think of that as like, it's different. It's more entertaining to me, honestly. Like I look at those people and marvel at them. I'm just like, I don't know how you got to that conclusion. I don't know how you work, but it's fun to watch. Like it's interesting to watch, not like fun in like a degrading way, but just in a general, like when they do things and I just don't understand, I think it's funny. Like I just allow them to just be themselves.
Like be characters to you almost.
Yes, even if I'm like, I don't agree with how you did that. It's like, I don't give a rip if I would do it the same way. It's like, that's funny that you did that. Like that you chose to do that. I would have never thought to do that, but like, good for you. Good on you.
No, I think that's a valid.
Just take it for what it is. You don't have to be like, we get each other on this like deep level. But you
almost
can just vibe.
Let go of that expectation, unfortunately, because it would be great to be able to vibe and get along super well with your in-laws, but that's just not the reality that, it's always going to happen. So you, I'm sure, have other people, because she said she easily connects with most people. So it's like, I'm sure you have a lot of good relationships in your life. So focus on that. It sucks that this isn't one of those things, but you can't force it. That's just still cracking me up that she's like, when they vibe together, it pisses me off. Like, I'm so dead.
That's so true.
Hello, ladies. My question requires a lot of background info, so buckle up. I'm 25 years old and I'm about to become a corporate lawyer. I'm graduating law school and work at a law firm in the city. I've been married for almost a year. My husband and I are both career-oriented and go back and forth about if we ever want to have kids. We love our life together right now, just the two of us, and we're really excited about our goals. What I'm struggling with has to do with all the women in my life. All the women in my family have 2 to 4 kids at the moment. Ages range from a few months old to 5 years old. They're all stay-at-home moms and have chosen very traditional paths for themselves, which they love. My mom is very involved in organizing the homeschool for her grandkids and is very anti-traditional school, private or public. She hates both. She strongly believes that women should be stay-at-home moms and homeschool their kids. She tells me that someday if I have kids, they need to be homeschooled and that I need to quit my job to raise them at home. One time I told her I might want to try to work my way up to partner at the law firm, and she said, how sad for your family. The fam chats are always baby spams and discussions about homeschooling and stuff like that. Whenever there are family get-togethers, it is rare that anyone asks me about law school or my job at the law firm. It's mostly discussions of baby stuff and commentary about how horrible the cities are and how terrible schools are and how we should all just move to a homestead together. While I'm happy that they love their lives and I don't take offense to how they want to live, I sometimes get really frustrated because I feel very isolated in my family. I cannot relate to any of their mom stuff, and sometimes I get really tired of all the mommy trad wife discussions. I often find myself sitting alone or talking to men, which is fine, but in both situations, I'm a bit of an outsider. I crave more connection with the women in my life, but there's this barrier because I'm not a mom and I have a different lifestyle than them. Sometimes I want to talk about law school or work, but I do not feel like I can because they are in such different headspaces, and I don't know how and do not know how or don't want to put in the effort to engage in conversation with me about those topics. Sometimes it feels like me not having kids means that my life is really not worth talking about. I am starting to get resentful and find myself having to hold back rude comments about any topic regarding kids or homesteads or similar family-oriented topics. I'm struggling to not get super irritated with every millionth baby photo or homeschooling article that pops up in the family chat, and I feel guilty about that because I don't want to be getting annoyed by photos of my sweet nieces and nephews. All this aside, I love my family and I don't want to be ready to snap at them so often. After all that I've said, I'm wondering if you have any advice on what I should do to work through my frustration. What should I do, if anything, when women in my family make critical comments about how I might raise my kids or the lifestyle I live right now?
Wow, that's a lot.
Wow. You are very valid, I want to say, first of all. And like that can feel so isolating.
Yeah.
And I can relate to you in a lot of ways, actually, like what you're saying. I mean, not exactly the exact subject, but I talked about this when I went on girls' camp to talk about infertility, is like a lot of my family is very traditionally religious and just very traditional in a lot of senses. And I felt like for a while that was I felt the same way, where it's like no one cared. No one in my family, speaking generally, really cared about anything that women did if it was not just being a mom. Like that's the only thing that was like, that's our divine role in this life. Like these are verbiage from them. And it's like that I got the sense that that's really all that they valued. So I would like
they don't care until
until I have a kid.
Yeah.
Then they'll care about my life more. And like even just, you know, having our podcast or going on our tour, like things like that, like literally did not matter to them. That's not something that they would like really ask much about because it's just like, oh, when are you guys going to have kids? And especially going through infertility, that was like a very I started feeling the same way where I'm like, I'm feeling isolated because I don't feel like some people in this scenario will care about me until I have a kid, and I don't even know if I will ever be able to have kids. So like I can understand completely what you're saying. And it's so weird because I was listening to this podcast and this girl was saying how she was like, you know, I feel like women try to be not try to be career oriented, but she said something about how in our society, like we get so much praise for working, but like moms don't get like any credit. And I was like, oh, that's so weird because where I grew up and like my surrounding was the complete opposite. Like you don't get any praise. If anything, it's like you're a bad mom if you work. It's what I was saying at the beginning of the podcast. Yeah. Like that was the vibe. It's like if you work and you have kids, you're obviously not a good mom. If you're prioritizing your career, you can't do both. So like this is, again, like the most divine role. This is the importance, and anything else needs to take like is on the major sideline. And so it was so weird to me because I'm like, that is literally just, it's the culture you grow up in is how you feel. So that girl who was talking about,
you're like immediately surrounded by.
Yes. Like she is surrounded by people who, like she lives in a big city and she is surrounded by people who it's like, if you're a mom, maybe they're just like, oh, okay, that's like not something that they care about. But then if you are a big time lawyer, they're like, that is actually so amazing and so noble of you. So it's so cultural is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And there's not one right thing. There's not one right way. It's just, it's hard when you
are the outlier.
Yes. You feel isolated in whatever your situation is, like with your family. It's very difficult.
Yeah. I think that's very well said. I think that's extremely valid of her to feel like that, especially with your family. Like it's never fun to feel isolated from your family because they're supposed to be the people who, you know, you can count on and that you're the most like, you know, that you're supposed to be the most surrounded by and the most, you know, aligned with because you all grew up the same probably. And yeah, it's probably it's even harder if you feel like you are growing resentful. It's like, it's one thing, it's like, okay, I can, you know, brush it off. But if she's starting to feel like negative feelings towards them, that's not fun to feel like that. So
I don't know what kind of relationship you have with your mom or who you're the closest to in the group. Like I'm trying to think of, I mean, obviously the, you know, Buddhist answer, the way of most peace is like finding peace within yourself so that you don't have to. I'm not saying that they're not doing something wrong. Like I think you're 100% valid in how you feel, but like finding,
how can you change them?
Yes, like you can't change them. So just like finding the peace within yourself to be like, this is my life and my journey and like kind of my truth that I'm living in, and I can like hold space, if you will. I can like hold space for their belief system, but that doesn't have to mean it's true to me. Like just because that's true to them, it's not true to me. However, as like a practical tip or something that you could do, I don't know if you could maybe talk to whoever you're the closest to and just be more honest in your communication. And it doesn't have to be so harsh and it doesn't have to be this huge sit down moment, but like maybe next time they make a comment about like maybe mute your family group chat for one, so you don't have to like see all the notifications all the time, and then maybe just like reply when you're in a good headspace. Number one. Number two, maybe next time your mom says, oh, how sad for your family. Like, I don't know what your relationship with your mom is, but just being honest and being like, oh, mom, that like really hurts me. Like when you say that, that makes me feel like really sad and hurt because I obviously care about like my future family. If I'm going to have kids, when you say how sad for your family, that makes me feel like you feel like I don't care about my future kids, about myself. Like that's not a good feeling.
Like it's very hurtful.
Yeah, very hurtful. And it like makes me grow resentful. It makes me not want to be around when it's constantly this narrative. Like I don't know,
feel
something
welcome.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because hopefully she could receive that. Again, I don't know. Some people I know different people, relationships with their mom could completely just blow up on them and react absolutely awful. And people like that you just can't really reason with, I think. But if you have a normal-ish relationship with your mom, I think that could have a little light bulb in her mind of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say things like that.
Yeah, sometimes with like parents or grandparents specifically, it's like they're a little more old school thinking but they love you and they have empathy and they have, you know, compassion and things like that if you express things to them, they're more open. But yeah, if it's the opposite or if it's the other way where you have like a narcissistic mom or something like that, it's just
that's when you have to go the Buddhist route and just be like, I have to find my own peace.
Yeah, and it's important, I think, to find, I mean, maybe you do, but she didn't clarify, like other close friends.
Other close women in your life.
Yes, who are around your same age, who are going through the same thing that you're going through in terms of like career. Like find
just
other girls who are like
you.
Yeah, doing the same things that you want to do and who are, I think it's important to have other women who are going through similar struggles than you.
100%.
Because it's good to know you're not alone.
Your local bevy girls, that's us, have a new bev.
If you were confused, it's us.
We have a new bev recommendation for you guys. Okay. So Simply Pop. Simply Pop is a new fruit forward bevy of prebiotic sodas made with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health and vitamin C and zinc to support immune function. So that's why Simply Pop contains the same real fruit flavors that you know and love and no added sugar. Makes for a soda that even a juice would drink. This sounds like heaven. Nothing I love more on a hot summer day than a sparkly, fresh, fruity drink. And this is all of that combined. They have a fruit punch flavor that's really calling my name actually right now. And it's amazing because like I said, they have those 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health. So it's a win-win.
I love a beverage with no sugar added. You really can't beat that. They also have so many amazing flavors. They've got pineapple mango, lime, strawberry, fruit punch, citrus punch. This is perfect for, well, really every day, but also just getting into spring and summer, having a barbecue or a little girls' night to have a nice little beverage with some added zinc, vitamin C to support immune health, prebiotic fiber to support your gut health. Again, no sugar added, all that. We love it. So go to cokeurl.com/simplypop to find out where you can try Simply Pop. You know, we are all about that beauty that's effortless and fun, which is why we're obsessed with the new Lash Blast Supercloud Mascara from Covergirl because it provides this gorgeous lengthening effect. This mascara super boosts your lashes with weightless length and light as air lift. Seriously, it feels like nothing's on your lashes, but the results are everything. The air-whipped formula infused with vegan collagen, vitamin B5, and amino acids keeps your lashes looking long, lifted, and feeling so soft.
Plus, it's clump-free, smudge-free, flake-free, and lasts up to 24 hours because if my mascara can outlast my day, then you know it's good. I love using it to get that kind of clean girl makeup look when I want my lashes to look fluttery and lifted. And best of all, it's clean, vegan, cruelty-free, and easy to remove. So if you love lengthened, lifted lashes, Lash Blast Supercloud Mascara is for you. You've got to try it only from Easy Breezy Beautiful CoverGirl.
Okay, this is my last one. Well, we only had 2, but hey, ladies, I love the pod and have been a Valley girl since summer of 2020. Okay, so I'm in need of some advice. I, 29 female, have been talking to a guy, 29 male, that I met on Hinge. We've been talking for about 2 months now. He's super sweet, kind, and funny. We have the same sense of humor, always have something to talk about, and we're able to share past surface level with each other. We started off by messaging for about a week on Hinge before going on our first date. We hit it off, so that's when we started calling each other daily. That started going well, so we quickly transitioned to FaceTiming daily. We liked talking so much that we started FaceTiming as much as 3 times a day between both of our 30-minute lunch breaks at work and talking on his drive home at night.
Wow.
Which usually leads us to talking on the phone until 12:30 or 1 a.m. every night. It's crazy, but neither of us get tired of talking to each other. Okay, I'm getting butterflies. He's told his mom and friends about me, and they all think we're destined for each other. They constantly praise him for not settling and for finding the one. He told me a couple of days ago that he's been thinking of our future together and what it'd be like to live together. Yesterday, he's let it slip that he's going to ask me officially to be his girlfriend. The only thing is that I'm very religious and only ever pictured myself marrying someone who is aligned with me in that way.
Hold on. Have they met?
Yeah.
They're not long distance or something.
No, they went on a date.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but that said they went on a date.
When did she say they went on a date? The very first part?
Yeah, we started going on. They talked for a week on Hinge before going on our first date.
Before going on the first date. Okay, got it. Sorry, I missed that part.
Okay. I'm marrying someone who's lying to me in that way. He's also a Christian, but just not at all as into his faith as I am into mine. I could really see myself falling in love with this man. I don't think I've ever felt this way about someone before and couldn't imagine myself finding anyone I'm even more compatible with than him. My best friend is very concerned and almost unapproving of the whole situation. She thinks I should have met someone who goes to my church or one of the sisters' churches in the area. One of the sister churches in the area. I haven't talked to her about him. Not so quick. At that time, I originally told her that I'm literally just getting to know him and it's not anything serious yet. Okay, is it the Dust Bowl in here? Like my mouth is so dry. There's like, it must be so dusty. Like we've got to clean this place. Like we've got to bring a duster. I can't talk. The nastiest sounds in the mic. Okay. I have cotton mouth. I haven't talked to her about him since right after our first date. At that time, I originally told her that I'm literally just getting to know him and that it's not anything serious. I even told her that I wasn't sure if I would even make the decision to become officially boyfriend-girlfriend until we're on the same page about our religion. I feel happier than I ever have been in a relationship in my life, but I'm worried about not having my friend's approval. Girl. And going against her advice and possibly the advice from most people I know at my church. I also am not ready to let this go either. He said that he's willing to come check out my church and that it sounds like something he'd enjoy going to. Should I take that and roll with it? Should I be honest about where our relationship is with my friend? Should I tell him the truth about how conflicted I am right now with all of this religion stuff? I'm really concerned about screwing this up, but I also don't want to lead him on. Please help me, ladies. Okay. So you're almost 30. He's almost 30. Like you are grown.
Yes, you are a grown woman.
Yeah.
If you were 21, this conversation would be different.
Yes.
I think. Mm-hmm. You're almost 30.
Yeah. You don't need your friends at all. You don't need that because, again, it's not about, oh, you're not happy. He's treating you bad. It's like something that is obviously important to you and she knows it's important to you, but when it starts getting like, well, it's more important to them. It's like you have to think about how important is it to you that he goes to the same church that you do. All of these things. Do not worry about your friend if she thinks, whatever. If the people at your church.
That is such an irrelevant piece of the puzzle. Like, not religion, but just the specific church.
Yeah.
That I don't like because that has nothing to do with spirituality either. And that's like why I get really iffy about certain churches. Like when it is like that, where it's like you have to go to our specific location of our church. It's like, okay, God does not only
2 hours away, honey.
God does not only exist in the building of your church. Mm-hmm. Like spirituality is so much bigger than that, and I really don't like that. I don't like that it has to be when people think like they have to be a certain, very certain sect of a religion. They have to be that, and they have to go to this exact church to like be worthy of your attention. I don't get that, and I do not like that at all. Especially,
it's so different than like, oh, he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't like religion. I'm super religious, and I believe in God. Like that is a very valid conversation for marriage,
she said
dating.
She is religious. He is Christian, and he's totally open to going
Christian.
He's also open to going to your church.
He sounds great.
He sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You guys talk every day. Everyone's saying you're aligned. Having a few friends. Also, do all of your friends who have this opinion go to the same church?
Yeah.
Red flags are screaming to me because it's like if you all have this mindset of he has to go to our specific church. Yeah. But it's only the people who go to the church that think that, and everyone else thinks he's a great match. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
then
for sure.
No,
I think you should go for this guy. Like, it sounds great. Like, you just know. Like, it literally sounds like you guys just know.
Yes, go with your gut.
And, go with your gut.
She doesn't have to marry him. She doesn't have to. No. And if it's nothing about
like,
how he's
what if you guys
treating
move, though? Like, that's my question. Like, what if your
the
jobs take you to Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Then what?
I know.
Like, they would disapprove of that or what? Like, I guess I just don't know enough, but it's like, okay.
Yeah,
I think you need to, follow your heart.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you really want to, and you kind of know that, but it is valid to worry about, especially if that's all the people you're surrounded by. It's like, if everyone surrounding you is not supportive of your relationship, that feels like crap.
And it's valid if everyone is not supportive. Like, but I'm saying if they all go to the same church.
Yes, if it's only because of that reason and it's all just because of that, then that doesn't seem valid to me for them to be disapproving.
If it has nothing to do with the treatment, how he treats you, then it's not worth worrying about, I don't think.
No, I fear this would be the one that got away. If you're just like, well, I'll just wait for someone who goes to my building.
Definitely. Okay. My fiance, male 30, and I, female 26, have been together for 7 years. We have 2 kids together, ages 5 and 1. I recently caught him looking at naked photos of girls. I stood there for a minute in disbelief and felt immediate betrayal. He didn't know I saw him. He was alone on our porch, and I peeked through the blinds to say goodnight, and I saw him scrolling photo after photo of zoomed in naked girls. Yep, completely naked, all body parts showing. I'm talking 0 clothes and legs spread eagle. I wasn't going to confront him.
Wait, she said they have kids?
2 kids.
Ay.
I wasn't going to confront him, but after a couple of minutes of it eating away at me, I texted him, "What are you doing?" WYD. Not what you doing. To which he said, scrolling on social media. I told him what I saw and that I did not appreciate being lied to. Eventually, we discussed it in person, and he told me he was on Reddit Unfiltered. When I asked him how often this occurs, he couldn't give me a straight answer. For weeks now, I've replayed the image of seeing him do this in my mind. We had a very open and honest conversation about how it hurt me and my expectations regarding pornography. I explained how shocking it was to see him do this right in front of me, as I had no idea if he knew these women or if he was subscribed to OnlyFans, etc. And he explained that he would never pay for it and assured me he would never do it again, as he saw how much it hurt me. I still feel like I've been betrayed, but I don't know if I'm overthinking it. I explained that to me, it felt like I had been cheated on, and I couldn't understand the need for him to do this. He said it was just for entertainment. I'm having a hard time trusting him now. Every time he's on his phone, I immediately think the worst. I'm not sure how to move on from this. I know trust is earned over time, but I'm honestly still a little heartbroken that the man I've been in love with for 7 years finds other naked women entertaining. I'm having a hard time understanding if I'm hurting because I'm still very postpartum. No, not postpartum. Emotionally and physically, or if my feelings are valid simply because what he did was wrong. Or is this just something I have to accept because boys will be boys? Thank you so much for reading. I love you, girlies, and all your great advice.
Okay, first of all, boys will not be boys. I hate that. Like, don't let him tell you that. Like, it... Not the postpartum adding on to all of it.
That is atrocious.
Whatever it is, like, you and your relationship have to decide on what you guys are comfortable with. And that's usually, hopefully, not all the time, especially if you meet young, but like, that needs to be set pretty early on in the relationship, because this is what happens when not. It's like, oh, I'm just being entertained. It's like, well, why don't you watch Love Island? Like, why don't you
that's not
read a book?
That we've,
entertainment
discussed.
is not, that's a very small window of entertainment. I wouldn't necessarily call it entertainment as much as like, okay, whatever. But again, you have to decide. Every couple's different. Everyone likes their things. But like that is one of the only things in a relationship is like commitment and trust and your boundaries. It's like, again, in a relationship, not that he cheated necessarily, but it's like not cheating is quite literally the only requirement in a relationship.
Like being loyal is the only,
just the not. So having this like discussion now is not ideal, but you are where you are. So it's like,
I mean, all you can do is really what you did, which is have an honest conversation, say how much it hurt you, talk about where you would like your boundaries to be, and be like, whatever you are comfortable with, and then have him meet you there and like have him. I don't know what you could do to like build trust up, I'm guessing, or I guess like after this has already happened, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would just, ways, but
I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but like it's so hard for guys to say to girls like, well, just trust me, I'll never do that again. It's like, you'll never do it again.
That's unlikely.
Yeah, especially if you don't know if that's, he just did that one time. It's
right. Or is this a habit he does all the time? We don't know.
Like an addiction. You don't know if this is the first time you've seen it. So if it is an addiction, you have to almost count on it not being the last time. And you kind of just have to expect, even if he's trying, he might mess up again, whatever. But it's just so, I'm just sorry. That sucks. It's just not something you want to have to deal with.
Especially postpartum, that would just hurt so bad because you're already so in such a vulnerable position. You're probably not feeling 100% yourself. So to have to experience that on top of it sounds really like just a betrayal of trust.
And really all you can do, I feel like, is because you can't control the other person in your relationship. You just can't, unfortunately. Like, I wish you could. Just tell them everything that you want them to do and vice versa. They probably want to control you too. But you have to just, especially in communication, say how things make you feel and not be like, you can't do that ever again.
Right.
You are never allowed to look at that again. That's never going to work. Like, you have to just be like, when you do that, this is how it makes me feel. If you continue to do it, this is how it's going to affect me. And you should care because we're in a relationship. And again, that's quite like literally one of the only parts of relationship that
bare minimum is caring about each other's and well-being and the boundaries that you have.
Exactly. Specifically with things like that. That's not just like, I don't know. There's so many different things that people can do
certain
to betray
people
your trust.
Would care less. Certain people would care more. Like, that's a very personal thing.
But it hurts you. And if you feel like the trust is broken and you feel like you've been cheated on, that's extremely valid. And you need, again, there's nothing you can do to chain him down and take his phone away. That will never make things better. Being like, give me your phone password. It's just like, that is just not a good way to build trust back. But it's like, you're just in a sticky situation.
Yeah, I think what you said is perfect, of focusing on how it makes you feel and not being as just, I don't know, degrading. Like
there's natural consequences to what you do.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to...
They are. And
I'm not going to enforce consequences on you, but there are natural consequences. If I were to catch you doing that again and walk in on you, like, my trust would be even further broken, or, things like that, that's just a natural consequence. And if you keep doing it for years, like, and if our kids happen to walk in on you doing that, this is what I will do, because I have my agency, what I can do to that. So
100%.
Sorry. That sucks.
That sucks really bad.
I would
to see it too.
Yes,
like, oh my gosh.
Like, no, when you're postpartum.
Not like peeking out to say goodnight and then that's what you see.
No.
Atrocious. Hey girls, I love your podcast. This is my first time writing in, but I could really use some advice on this. A few years ago, I was in a weird place mentally, had moved across the country to a school where I didn't know anyone. My confidence had been at an all-time low, but with the fresh start, I'd started taking better care of myself, was feeling good about my body for the first time. I made an anonymous Twitter account and posted a thirst trap bikini pic, which got a lot more attention than I ever thought it would. I started getting DMs from random guys asking if I sold nudes, and I was shocked and flattered. Unfortunately, male attention has always been something I valued and wanted, but hadn't really gotten, and I thought, why not? I started selling pics and was making decent money. Not a ton, but it felt like a lot for a broke college student. I ended up making an OnlyFans account, which I only shared with people who DM'd and asked for it on my Twitter account, and started making a few thousand a month. I felt like I was living a double life and had an alter ego that was confident and hot, so much different than how I felt. I was doing the most, posting pictures and videos. To be honest, did some things I wasn't really comfortable with. I always knew it wasn't really me, and I didn't want to do it long term. I was terrified of people finding out about it in real life, but I thought it would help with my confidence and bring in a little money to help cover my expenses. Flash forward a year, I was graduating and over it. I deleted my account and never looked back. I met my sweet fiance about 6 months later, and he's everything I've ever wanted in a partner.
Don't tell me he doesn't know.
I'm usually an open book and even tend to overshare, but I was afraid to tell him about the OF account, partly because I was embarrassed of it and afraid it would scare him away, and partly because it didn't feel like the real me, and I still can't believe I ever did it. I didn't want him to look at me / think of me differently. One thing to know about my fiance is he's very innocent. He was a virgin before we met. I asked my closest friends who knew about the account when we first started dating, and they reassured me I did not need to tell him because it was in the past. I had stopped doing it well before meeting him. But sometimes I still feel guilty for not sharing that with him. Part of me knows he wouldn't throw our relationship away over it. He's not judgmental. But another part of me feels feels like it doesn't / shouldn't matter and it's okay to leave it in the past. What do you think? Is it wrong for me to not tell him? I want to take it to my grave, but another part of me feels guilty for wanting to do that.
I'm torn.
Oof, I'm torn too.
Because part of me is like, yeah, it doesn't. Like, that's the past. And he doesn't necessarily need that information for anything.
Right.
However, the other part of me is like, well, you got to reverse the roles. And if there was something like you found out, like it just never feels good to find something out. Like,
that you didn't know.
Yes. Like if you don't tell him, what if he found out some other way? Like someone sent something to him. Like that just never feels good, finding out from not the person. But then at that point, maybe you could just be like, it wasn't my business to tell you. I don't know.
I don't think that this is a clear-cut thing where you 100% need to tell him or you're being dishonest. Personally, I have the guiltiest conscience in the world. Like I know myself, and if this was me, I would have just told. Like, because I can't, like, I feel just guilty about things that I probably shouldn't feel guilty about. So I feel like it depends on how you're feeling inside. But if you are feeling this urge of like, I just kind of want to tell him, like, I'm feeling uncomfortable, I would tell him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And you just have to go based off of how you feel. Like there are certain things where I feel like the past is the past, and you don't have to tell your current partner every single detail of everything you've ever done with whatever. It's just like,
no,
that was in the past. This is now.
Especially if they don't even ask you. So you don't need to volunteer that information.
Exactly. If they don't know and they don't care and they don't seem to, I don't know, just care about that past stuff, like, or they're not digging for anything, that is the past. Like they don't need to know every little intricacy of things that you do, especially because she's like, that didn't even feel like the real me. But I also think that if your partner is the one for you, if you're feeling very guilty, he will receive the information. I don't think, I mean, it maybe will shock him, but if you are coming to him and you're feeling super vulnerable and you're like, I did this, I have to tell you something, but honestly, it didn't even feel like me. That's why I didn't even really feel the need to bring it up to you, but it's just kind of eating at me. I think he would appreciate the honesty, and I don't think that he would break up with you or something, hopefully. No. I really don't think so. And if he would, he's not the right one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would give him like a little time, because it might be, if like you said, he's super innocent and maybe he had no clue, and it might be like if you found out your fiance had this job that you're like, wait, wow, that like opened up a new avenue. I didn't know that was your personality. You know, It might be shocking to him, but give him a second, let him cook, and I'm sure he'll come around to it. If he loves you, I'm sure
I think so too. I don't think, final answer, I don't think it's necessary, but if it's eating you alive and if you're feeling unwell over it, then I think there's nothing wrong with opening up to him about that.
I'm going to manifest. I think you'll be surprised that if you do open up, like you said, I think because you're like saying it's eating you up, it's like you have to just tell him. If you were like, oh no, I don't need to tell him, like who cares?
Then you don't need to tell him. Things that you're like, I don't care. That's not important.
I think his reaction will be better than you think.
I think so too.
I think he'll give you a very sweet reaction and like be very understanding and just be like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah. That was the past.
That's what
and just reassure you and whatever. I think so too.
I sense that in him.
I'm sensing king energy. Thank you guys so much for writing in to our advice column that's going up on a Tuesday instead of a Friday. Hope you guys loved it. If you want to watch us on YouTube and see our outfits and see our cute set every week, you can look us up on YouTube. It's What We Said Podcast. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram. If you want to be a part of these advice episodes, follow our Instagram. It's What We Said Podcast, and you guys can write in. We have some little highlights on our little highlight bubbles that you can click on and write in for advice or different story prompts that we have. We got lots of fun episodes coming up. We love you guys so much, and
that's what we said. Goodbye.